Welcome everyone to the 206 Celebrity Synastry chart reading, where we will be looking into Maya Henry and Liam Payne. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Adeline and it is so nice to meet you. On this channel, I look at the dynamic between two celebrities using astrology. For those new and returning, I take notes on a synastry chart looking at the personal planets, signs, aspects, and at both times available house overlays. I share these notes and add my extra insights and interpretations along the way. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe and click the bell to join us twice a week, and let's get right into this one. Starting off with the sun, we have my sun in Sagittarius and Liam's sun in Virgo. These are both mutable signs. They balance each other out and they work well together. I don't believe they ever work together or anything like that. I believe, as far as I know, Maya's an influencer. So I don't think she's been in like the music industry to work with Liam in any way. Conflict easily occurs. I mean, I was a bit worried about this reading, and we're seeing it already because, as far as I know, from what I've heard about this relationship, conflict easily occurs seems to be the way to summarize it. Liam feels frustrated with Maya and Maya gets annoyed with Liam. Maya's sun overlaid in Liam's first house. Marriage is possible. I mean, an engagement did happen, so I guess in a way you could see it in that way. But that is there. Maya really likes Liam and Maya is a light in Liam's life. Liam is energized by Maya and they both feel positive about the other. They both feel familiar with each other and they both boost the other's self-esteem, which I'm pretty sure there was like an on and off dynamic, which I think if they both feel familiar with each other, like they would, naturally come back to each other due to that familiarity. Maya feels like Liam really gets her and they both bring out the best in each other. Maya feels she can be herself around Liam, and Liam appreciates the admiration he gets from Maya. Maya's sun is sextile Liam's Mars. They motivate each other and they give each other space. In a way, yeah. They have different hobbies and Maya admires Liam's drive. They can further the other's goals and neither feels blocked. They both give the other confidence and they participate in activities together, which, there seems to be something they share like with each other, because we did see they work well together. So there is something they seem to, do together in some way. They are straightforward with each other and they tend to get annoyed with each other. Maya's sun sextile Liam's Jupiter. Maya energizes Liam and they are good travel companions. Liam is generous with Maya and mutual respect remains after the end. I mean, it's hard to say, isn't it? Because how do you even word this? Because obviously during the time like before Liam's death and everything, like this could have potentially been the case. But as far as I know with Maya, she made a lot of accusations towards Liam, like when he passed away, that were very not respectful, rightfully done for her if, everything was true and everything. But from my interpretations, when she did, come out with everything, it came off in a very not respectful way, especially if it was, like, oh, I'm writing a book about this crazy stuff and he's just, passed away. So I feel like potentially during the relationship, maybe, but just on Maya's end after, the end of Liam's life, I don't feel like, that respect really was there. But that is just my opinion with the way she came off and everything. That is my 2 cents on that. They both want to make the other happy and Liam opens up new doors for Maya. I mean, he's definitely more so in a position to do so. I don't know in what area it would be because, again, she's like more influencing. But then again, he would have connections, I assume, in a lot of places in the industry. Liam boosts Maya's confidence and Liam frequently gives Maya the benefit of the doubt, which I feel like would be related to him being generous and everything. Liam's sun is square Maya's Mercury. They have similar problem solving and they don't always see eye to eye. There's a lack of emotional satisfaction and they challenge each other's perspectives. There's a contrast in temperament and life goals. I imagine that this would be the case. I mean, both of them, I feel like at the time were very, what's the word, you know, still trying to like make it in this industry. That sounds weird saying it for Liam, but like he seems like he was trying to like make a name for himself as a solo artist. And obviously Maya trying to make her name as an individual in her own right as well. So I feel like in that way they would be quite similar, trying to like hustle in the industry. But at the same time, like, you know, not that, I mean, there is a few years between them, nothing too crazy though. But, you know, with Liam, he has his own family and everything like that. I assume would be a part of his like life goals and everything. But then Maya kind of, you know, in a way doesn't have those sort of same commitments. So obviously her life goals and how she approaches life would be very different to Liam, who has a child and everything. They find it difficult to discuss ideas and they both need to respect the other's differences. Maya sees Liam as too self-centered. I mean, I could kind of see it though, like if he's not really paying as much attention to her, like that kind of is something, you know, if you are going into a relationship with someone with a child, you're never going to be the apple of their eye, really. So I can see how Maya would kind of interpret that. Liam's sun is square Maya's Jupiter. They have different values and they may overindulge each other. Excess is from good intention and there's a strong desire to make each other happy. We keep seeing this, that how they want to make each other happy, which is interesting. Maya has the ability to cheer up Liam and both may expect too much from the relationship. They both encourage the other to self-indulge and be impractical. Liam's sun is square Maya's Pluto. It's love-hate and there's a strong magnetic connection. It is transformative and they both trigger the other's deepest issues. They both need to learn not to focus on their ego and it's hard to remain just friends after, which we are seeing there is obviously an end to this. It seems like with the notes, few notes we have seen, you know, mutual respect remains after the end. It's hard to remain friends after. So there is definitely something to an end. They have power struggles and they want to learn everything about the other. There's a possibility to encourage the other's negative qualities and there's a possibility of an unhealthy obsession with the other. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, you know, real world context, it was a bit on and off as far as I know, which, you know, obviously that, you know, if you're unhealthily obsessed, you're gonna, you know, those chances of coming back together again, even when you maybe shouldn't, are very high. They both want to be dominant and they both experience emotions they never felt before. Now for the intermission, this video is brought to you by me, my Etsy store, Adeline the Astrologer. If you ever watch this and think, hey, I would like her to read my Synastry chart, well, I will. I do personalized Synastry chart readings on my Etsy store. I do both basic and detailed ones. The basic ones are a bit more simple to understand and really good for those just beginning out in astrology, getting their heads around it, or just as a fun gift idea. The detailed readings are very similar to what I do here, so it's a lot of it just with my insights and interpretation on the chart. So if you're interested in that and everything else, astrology and tarot, readings and gifts, definitely check out my Etsy store for that. I'm always releasing new other things there as well. And you can even just favorite the store just to support me for free. Thank you for listening and let's get back to the reading. So now it's time for moon. We have Maya's moon in Aries and Liam's moon in Aquarius. It's a relationship of changes and they both enjoy their independence, which I guess goes back to earlier because we have seen a few times how they give each other space and everything, so that's there. Neither want to compromise with the other, which I guess goes back to, we did just see how they both want to be dominant, so I guess like dominant in the decisions and independent as individuals. They sometimes have difficulty getting along and Liam is emotionally detached from Maya. Maya wants dominance and Liam wants equality. I don't like seeing this with what we know about Maya post Liam's death. Maya's moon are overlaid in Liam's 4th house. It is love-hate and they have conflicting feelings. Yeah. It's like, because we have been seeing a lot of good things in terms of like they want to make each other happy and everything. And this really like obsessive magnetic thing they have going on. Because we have been seeing how they both make each other quite confident and everything. And it seems like they come alive around each other in a way, which is probably why they really can be obsessive with each other. But we do see these conflicting things like where it's like there's a superficial connection in a way, but I feel like the depth isn't there. Like there is conflict, which I want to see a bit more of because we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but I see the conflicting feelings. They are competitive like siblings and they both feel deeply bonded to each other. Maya may feel like a parent to Liam, interesting, and they both feel the need to spend time apart. That as well, the separation thing. Maya's moon at trine Liam's Venus. There is mutual appreciation and it is easy to compromise. There's natural affection and they are supportive of each other during conflict. They appreciate art together and they're a social couple. In a way, yeah. Liam's moon is sextile Maya's Mercury. They have long conversations and there's a mutual understanding. They feel comfortable being open with each other and there's a friendship. Maybe they just start as friends. We haven't seen anything meeting-wise, ending-wise a bit, but not meeting-wise. They value the other's opinion and advice and they both like a busy environment. That is an element to this whole relationship, like the independence. They both seem to value their, careers, it seems like, in a way. We did see they may like to work together, so that is a thing here. Liam's moon at trine Maya's Jupiter. They have good fortune and there's a possibility of being too excessive. In a way, they're happy in each other's presence. I do see that. Like, it is a weirdly, obsessive thing they have going on. Adventure is important in this relationship and honest communication is easy. Maya helps Liam with his emotions, which is maybe why she may feel like a bit of a parent to Liam, maybe. Liam's moon at conjunct Maya's Neptune. Liam makes Maya feel safe and Maya expects unconditional understanding. There's emotional dependency and Liam is possessive of Maya. They may lose themselves in each other and art is a shared interest. They sense and feel each other and they idealize each other. That would make sense. Because there is this weird obsessive thing, like they really want to make each other happy and everything, which I feel like is nice, but there is this underlying thing of it's not really healthy. Liam feels that Maya cannot fulfill his needs for stability. I think it goes back to the idea of the different life goals and temperaments note we saw, where I think there is a bit of a disconnect of where they are in life, because potentially I feel like this would kind of go back to the idea maybe Maya wanting to have a career and go full throttle with that. When obviously Liam has his career, but other priorities as well. I imagine potentially, was there something maybe Maya was not going to be a potential stepmother to his child or something like that? That's where my brain is going for that, stability wise. Because in other ways, Maya seems to have the loyalty, besides the shared separation thing, there does seem to be loyalty on Maya's end as well. It seems like there is this mutual, obsessive, they want to make each other happy and everything. So I feel in that way, he has a stability, but it seems maybe in the terms of where they're at in life, maybe not so much. Maya finds it easy to read Liam. So now it's time for Mercury. We have Maya's Mercury in Sagittarius and Liam's Mercury in Virgo. These are both mutable signs. Liam encourages Maya to focus on physical aspects of life and Maya resents Liam for his criticism. Liam sees Maya as impractical. I probably should have done a bit more research on Maya, but as far as I know, very much an influencer and everything. And with her behavior after Liam's death, it doesn't seem like she has any other particular talent. Is that the right word? That seemed very cash grabby, very attention grabby, very not very tasteful way of trying to get attention. It didn't seem like a legitimate thing. It was more like a cash grab. It seemed like very tasteless cash grab. So I feel potentially Maya was someone not very practical with where she was going. If she was just an influencer with sort of no real goal in mind potentially, because this is coming from, because Liam being critical of Maya, he comes from a place of he actually had to work with his talent and everything and had to work really hard since how old was he? 16, I want to say, when he started the whole One Direction thing. So he comes from a very different place, and I kind of don't blame him if he was critical of Maya, because it is very different ballpark to, being a young musician, constantly touring, constantly working. And then Maya, to be an influencer. Not that it isn't hard work per se. She's not that crazy successful to the point where she's putting in a lot of work, it seems like, but yeah, because if she's only known for being in a relationship with Liam Payne, really, yeah. Maya sees Liam as someone with no vision. Also on Maya's end, to be fair to her, like trying to be equal and, you know, make it, what's it called? Objective. You could also see it on Maya's end as well. Like if Liam is trying to, because his whole solo career, I feel like a lot of people had opinions, like it didn't really have a lot of vision. It was just like plain, like poppy, catchy songs. There wasn't real like depth to it or anything like that. I wonder if Maya also had the same opinion. You know, he doesn't really have much vision for his career, maybe. They help each other with their strengths. Maya's Mercury overlaid in Liam's first house. Maya can easily express herself to Liam, and Liam finds it easy to understand Maya. Liam feels more talkative around Maya, which we did see they're quite comfortable being like, having conversations together, and like honest communication is easy for them. The Mercury signs are squared together, so they have a contrasting approach to life. We're seeing again, and they need to make an effort to be tolerant of each other. It's difficult to work together. Okay, interesting. And it's difficult to have a harmonious relationship. I mean, 100% with like the whole separation thing and all of that. Like it seems like they like it, but I don't know. Like if you're so happy in each other's presence, why do you feel the need to take a break a lot? There's difference in opinions, and they have frustrating debates. They think the other is wrong. This is also an interesting thing, because I think we have already seen a couple notes how they tend to disagree. It is very interesting how they're able to communicate, but they're also like very different. Like I guess maybe they are attracted to each other's like different opinions. That's also a thing. They both feel they cannot get along with each other. It's so weird. Like it seems like the on and off thing is very clear here. I imagine like this sort of dynamic, like because they do seem to make each other happy, and there is this like sort of light around each other in a way when they come together. But then it's like it like falls apart very quickly. It seems like they need to take a break, and then they miss that, like, you know, being each other, making each other happy. And we did see how they both like around each other, their self-esteem is like boosted and everything. So I imagine that is probably what brings them together again. Like it's, yeah, very on and off coded. Maya's Mercury, Trine Liam's Venus. Liam is attracted to Maya's intellect, which I feel like would be the difference in opinions. I don't think we've seen anywhere else where Maya is like, that sounds mean to be like intellectual, but like notes wise, we haven't seen it. They respect each other's thoughts and ideas, and they have warm communication. Liam softens Maya, and they are sensitive to each other. They enjoy the same movies and music, and they share mutual friends. We did see they have a friendship, so I wonder if that is how they met, through mutual friends. Maya helps Liam verbalize his feelings. Okay, so she seems to be the emotional help here in a way. Liam's Mercury, square Maya's Jupiter. It's a relationship that expands consciousness, and Maya helps Liam go through hard times with optimism. So, okay, like, to be fair to her, because I feel like I've been a bit a bit harsh on Maya here, but like, to be fair to her, she seems to be the emotional help, really helping Liam through things. Promising more is a problem, and there's a habit of interrupting. Maya is frustrated with Liam's analytical approach to life, which we've seen again, and I don't really blame Liam either, though. Like, he comes from a very different place, and I think seeing someone like Maya did not have the same like work schedule like he did when he was trying to make it big and everything. So I don't really blame him for being a bit critical of her. Maya may come off as holier than thou, and there's a lack of understanding regarding each other's ideas. We're seeing again. There are communication difficulties. I mean, it seems like it flows well. They just disagree a lot, it seems like. There's a strong mental and intellectual bond, and they have frequent misunderstandings. Debates can turn into arguments, and they have different philosophical views. So now it's time for Venus. We have Maya's Venus in Capricorn and Liam's Venus in Leo. Maya finds Liam's dramaticness impractical. I mean, you could see this in many ways, I guess. Like, the first thing that came to my head, like with Maya's, like what she said about Liam, don't really need to repeat those accusations here, but I guess he's more dramatic, you know, behaviors. Maybe that is what Maya finds impractical, because otherwise we haven't really seen anything in terms of like Liam being particularly dramatic in this reading, but using that sort of context from what Maya said, I assume it's most likely related to that. It's a secure relationship. I mean, I guess in terms of the, we're always going to come back together while they were together. They are loyal to each other in a way, and they disagree on finances. Liam doesn't get the attention he wants from Maya. That's interesting because we've kind of seen this on Maya's end before. Like, I wonder if maybe both of them have difficulty giving the other the attention they want, if that makes sense. Liam is threatened by Maya's need for space, and Liam makes Maya's day. Interesting. Maya's Venus overlaid in Liam's third house. Maya feels comfortable around Liam, and Maya sees Liam as easily approachable. Like, there is a level of comfort here, which is interesting. And like, I assume what really glued the relationship together for like the time that it lasted. Maya makes Liam happy, and they are good friends. There's easy and natural communication, and they trust each other. Their Venus signs are opposite to each other, so they have difference in values, and decision making together is difficult. Not surprisingly so. Like, I feel like the key things are in contrast, like their values, their opinions and everything. Also like their life goals and everything. So decision making together is like, not really there. They have different social backgrounds. I mean, outside of like what Liam being British and Maya being American, I'm not sure what like other social backgrounds there could be. Like, definitely, like as I've mentioned, like their sort of life paths have been very different. Like with Liam, being in one direction, really needing to like really hustle and grind and everything in what he's done, compared to Maya Henry, which does not seem to have the same life path. I'm not sure in what other way there could be. I don't know if Maya, like, I don't know what her social background is. Liam's, I'm also not really sure either. I'm pretty sure of all the One Direction people, they were from like more middle class backgrounds. But other than that, I don't know. Like, the difference in, nationalities. Arguments over money occur, and there's a difference in aesthetic taste. Maya's Venus sextile Liam's Pluto. They are consumed by each other, not surprisingly so, and it's emotionally fulfilling. With Maya, like, we've seen on her end, to be fair to her, like, we have seen how she seems to do that for Liam. Like, she seems to be there for him, seems to help him emotionally and everything. I feel like it would be because, so far, I guess, we haven't seen anything that Maya feels emotionally unsatisfied. Like, emotionally speaking wise, we've only seen that Maya is the support, which, doesn't necessarily mean that Maya was emotionally fulfilled or unfulfilled. But just seeing the lack of her unfulfillment, it makes me think maybe this dynamic was working for her in a way. It's unlikely to go stale and routine, and Maya sees Liam as irresistible. Both see disagreements as a way to understand the other person more. It's so interesting though. Like, I don't know, have we had a reading like this where they seem to really enjoy their disagreements in a way where it kind of like obviously didn't really work, but it kind of seems like it worked while it lasted? Because I feel like with other readings where we see disagreements, it seems like it's more of a situation like they're attracted to the differences, but it really hinders things. Like, it seems like with these two, like, besides a few like debates and arguments, like, it seems fine. Liam's Venus sextile Maya's Jupiter. They're materially successful, and there's an ability to get over issues. Maya finds Liam interesting, and they trust each other. They see the good in each other, and it's a relationship of growth. They thrive in each other's company, and they're a socially popular couple. Liam's Venus opposite Maya's Neptune. Liam may prefer to idealize Maya. I never like these, and it kind of makes sense for these two. I think we saw like Maya also idolizes Liam. It's not I never like these, like, and it is why they probably came back together, because they had this idealization they saw. Liam is so caught up in love he doesn't know Maya. I wonder if that's like a softening thing for why Liam may, look over the sort of core disagreements they have maybe. Maya doesn't like Liam's idealization. She maybe shouldn't idolize him as well, but that's there. Maya needs to be careful of promising too much, and Maya has a hard time being realistic with Liam. Okay. I mean, from what we have seen, she's definitely not the realistic one in the relationship. Maya communicates with Liam vaguely, and they both find it difficult to stay. They find it difficult to stay and also leave and be away from each other. Neither can define what attracts them to the other. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, there does seem to be this like magnetic sort of pull to each other. Lies occur to protect from pain. Oh, that's not great. So now it's time for Mars. We have Maya's Mars in Libra and also Liam's Mars in Libra. They are protective of each other and they compromise with each other. They deal with conflict together well, and their relationship lacks decisiveness. I mean, that's one way to put it. You know, yeah, they can't even decide if they want to be together. Maya's Mars overlaid in Liam's 11th house. Maya is detached when pursuing Liam. I wouldn't be surprised though, because didn't we see how she finds Liam easily approachable? So maybe she instigated the connection. Liam always feels out of Maya's reach. I mean, you know, the whole like separation thing maybe makes sense. And I guess because we did see how he doesn't necessarily get the attention he wants from Maya. So I wonder if maybe she's a bit more, I guess, like strict in terms of like their like time apart, you could say. Maybe she's a bit more vigilant with that. Liam is intrigued by Maya's rebelliousness and they both enjoy their freedom here. Maya's Mars conjunct Liam's Jupiter. They're a lucky couple and there's healthy competition. They have lots of fun together and Maya feels energized by Liam, both things we've seen repeated throughout the reading. They feel stronger as a team than by themselves. I guess maybe there is a level of like codependency. Not really surprising if they keep coming back together, but like, yeah, codependency, I guess. They encourage the other to engage in reckless behavior. I mean, this could go a billion ways, again, with like real life context of what has been shared and everything, but I guess like reading wise, you don't want to get demonetized mentioning certain things, but you know, reading wise, you know, we did just see how Liam is intrigued of Maya's rebelliousness, so I assume he would, you know, likely encourage her to engage in more reckless, rebellious behavior. Maya's Mars square Liam's Uranus. It's exciting but unstable and it's not long term. Maya gets easily irritated with Liam and they may encourage the other to be reckless, we're seeing again. Liam sees Maya as a threat to his independence and Liam distances himself from Maya. Maybe he's the one with more conflicting feelings, because I think we've seen a twitch a bit more on him when it comes to like creating distance and desiring closeness. Liam triggers Maya's temper. Maya's Mars square Liam's Neptune. They need honesty to make this work, and circumstances in meeting were never understood by one of the partners. I guess adds to the blurriness of the relationship. Liam's Mars sextile Maya's Pluto. Liam's daring nature is attractive to Maya, and it's competitive, which we've seen sprinkled throughout the reading, which is interesting. There are power issues, and there's a potential to be destructive or dangerous. I mean, we have been seeing a few notes on like potentially more reckless behavior with them. They have dramatic fights. So that was the final aspect, bringing us to the end of the reading. If you are still watching, please share your thoughts below. I'd be very curious to see what you guys have to say about this one, especially if you guys followed these two a bit more, like when they were together. I feel like all I really know about them is the sort of like accusations that Maya like threw out when Liam passed away and everything. So that's my sort of context and everything. So if you guys know a bit more, definitely let me know your thoughts on this one. If you have made it this far, please consider subscribing for more. I post these readings twice a week. And besides that, give this video a like and I will see you guys next time. Bye!